Next, we're going to talk about traction, validation, and roadmap. So traction and validation. The great thing is we've already built it. We have the technology and we have a demonstration center, a demo eco-park. And this demo eco-park is located in Kingsville, Ontario. And Kingsville, Leamington, Ontario is in Essex County, just north of Detroit. And it is the largest concentration of greenhouses in North America. So our demonstration center is about 350,000 square feet. And in that we have our biocogen, anaerobic digestion, we have our agriculture, we have our core technologies, we have an enormous amount of things to be able to prove everything that's happening. So again, we have our core technology, we have where we take in the waste materials that are renewable, where we dry them, we grind them, and we briquette them. And then those briquettes are stored, and then they're moved into our proprietary technology to be able to create the electricity to run the entire facility. So it's about 2.5 megawatts. And then the thermal energy and electricity go over to the greenhouse, where we have partnerships with companies from around the world who want to work with WECO, and we're doing trials and demonstrations in all sorts of varieties. And then we have another area where we do our bioproducts, where we have partners that have technologies here and technologies that want to come here that take discards and they're able to make biodegradable containers. So the utilization of the equipment that we already have for the grinding and the briquetting of the fuel is used again for the grinding and preparation for these bioproducts manufacturing, which is great. They're able to use our energy. They're able to use our electricity and thermal energy through the process. We have water cleaning technologies. We have cogeneration, where we collect the air that's heated to be able to heat the greenhouse and heat the entire facility. We have aquaculture on site, where we have our fish and we grow fish. We have an area where we have purpose-grown crops, and we're growing hemp and machanthus and switchgrass and other types of materials that we use for biomanufacturing, besides what we divert from renewable waste products. We have a lab area, which is fantastic, where we partner with a couple of people around the globe and other local colleges and universities. And then we have some data mining, which is your typical Bitcoin, Litecoin mining at the facility using some of the energy that we have left over. So, and there's more things to talk about, but as you get a chance on the website, it's a great thing to see where we're at, and it validates everything that we're doing. We have a partner with the manufacturing facility. And what this partner does is they're able to manufacture our core technology with us. And we're able to bring in equipment from around the world. And we're able to modify that equipment at this facility. And we're able to test the different technologies that we have and prepare it before we send it out to other locations that we're developing that want to have a WECO Park in their community. It's amazing that the talent that is in our area and the partnerships that we have, being one of the largest concentrations for the automotive, and the infrastructure that's here in the automotive industry. So we're tapping into that talent to be able to help us, and it has been incredible. The other part of the traction, validation, is WECO Park locations. So we have quietly been working with and kind of holding off any type of opening it up to the community, but people find out about us. So we have different communities around the world, in the Caribbean, over into Europe, Russia, the Pacific Rim, where communities or people that we have consulted with get excited, and they started developing and working with us and the partners to be able to bring a WECO Park to their community. They get emotional, they get excited about it, because it's something that works with the combined technologies around our anchor technology, and they know the lives that it's going to help. They know the environment that it's going to help, and socially, how many people can benefit from this program that we have. So we have a lot of traction, but we're going to going through this process of our pre-public offering funding. Next, we're going to talk about the roadmap. So what we have prepared so far is obviously this video and a few other videos to be able to kind of get the concept, get the understanding, and kind of the juices flowing with you to be able to put the pieces together. And you have the website itself, but it's an intense website, and there's about 3 hours of videos in there. So we try to narrow a lot down in this video. But what we also see on our website is an area about WECO Park's plan. So we have our pitch deck, we have our white paper, we have our financial monitoring summary, our evaluation, our tokenization, our business plan, and our market study. So some of these things are finished and some of these things are just being finished, and we're always playing with them a little bit to be able to keep tweaking them, because it is a living thing and we have a lot of different companies who find out about us who want to participate with us. So it's really interesting for us for where we're at. And the great thing is we've grown organically up until now. Everything has been me, my family, who has developed and built out the facility, and we're getting ready to go into our stage for public offering. So that's the first time that we're able to have things come into funding into our facility to be able to get to the next level, so we can get to the position so we can take everything that we've learned and implement it globally. I mean, to date, let's talk about some of the things that have happened, and this is what brings us to our roadmap. So to date at the demo facility, we have a lot of commitments for the products that we can produce and for people paying us to bring the products in, which creates the cash flow for the demo facility itself. We have the infrastructure, we have the buildings, we have everything that we need to operate. And we have the equipment. We have the equipment that we need here. We have other equipment that we would like to have in with some partners, but we're here, we're producing it, and we've proved it through. And then we have technology partners. We have technology partners who want to come in and partner with us. We have technology partners today in our field and in our industry, locally and internationally, who are working with us and have some of their technologies here. And that brings us to partnerships. We have great partners in different countries who are bringing something to the table to be able to develop so that we can get into this public offering. And we're in the final phases of all this right now. We're in the final phase for the preparation process. And that's what we talked earlier with the white paper and the tokenization, the market study and the websites and the partnerships. Yeah, all of that is in place. So when we get to our pre-public funding, what we're looking at is being able to have our next funder or funders come in to be able to help us consolidate what we have, be able to put some additional small amount of cash in so that we can move into what we need to do to be able to get into this global market setting and beyond what we've done and be able to organize by growing organically. So some of that funding is going to go over into infrastructure and equipment. So we have infrastructure and equipment that we're going to be putting in from some other technology partners that want to be part of us, that'll help us close some additional agreements, which is going to be great for us. And those technology partnerships are going to help us get access to their client base and to their Rolodex in different parts of the world. And we're talking some majorly big companies. So it's also going to help us with some of the funding that comes in. It's going to get us into preparation for the public tokenization. We're looking at doing a security token, and we'll get more into that later. But the public tokenization, the extra money that comes in besides the consolidating that we have for our facility here at the demo facility, is that extra cash goes into what it takes to legally get in yourself into a position to be a stable coin, to be able to get into the markets, to be able to do additional videos like this, and put together the board and the council that we need to be able to implement what we have globally. Once we have that with the spending, then we're going to get into our tokenization launch. And it's going to take us a short amount of time once we receive funding because we have so much completed already. So we're looking at a launch time from funding in approximately 6 months or less. And that's absolutely realistic. So once we get into that launch phase, then we can open up our STO, and with our pre-investor and ourselves, with what we have at about a $20 million investment on a $45 million in equity and more. And then we're going to be looking at a market cap of around 50 million to start to 100 million. And that's for some of the other projects that we want to launch in different countries around the world with our technology to be able to spread what we have. So as we do that and we build out Weco Parks and other locations, then every time that we have other people who are contacting us and they are developing on paper a project with us, then we're going to put it out into the STO market, and then we're going to get funding for it, and then we're going to be able to add it to our system. And the thing is, we just want to keep cycling that through. And as we do this in other areas, we're going to have a lot of opportunity, and a lot of that opportunity is going to come when we're start to integrate them into our brand, integrate them into what we're doing. And we've done so much work to be able to get it to this point. We just need the right partner to be able to get us over the top to where we need to go, and then sky's the limit.